Hi everybody. As promised, I'm here with Dorian of Biking for Birds, and
Hello.
we're gonna do a little Q&A session with some of the questions you guys have sent in. Thanks so much for sending them in. I thought I'd start with just sort of the basics and some of the questions that people have asked. One of them, first off asking, this is from Marie Riley. She's an 8-year-old that's in birding, and she wants to know what was the bird that began your interest in birding and how this all started.
I started like many people, basically birding in my backyard with feeders and learned all the birds in my yard. And then my parents would dump me at the local nature center where I learned all the birds there. And then I think the big thing is that my family spent a lot of time at the beach at the Jersey Shore when I was a kid. And so I got introduced to terns and skimmers and shorebirds relatively early. And I remember one day seeing a ruddy turnstone on the beach and running home and being like, it had to have been either a red knot or a red phalarope, and taking the book out. And it was neither. It was actually a ruddy turnstone. And yeah, I mean, I think the combination of being able to bird both the forest at home and then the beach when we were there really kind of opened my eyes to the diversity that was out there. And then I just ran with it. Wherever I went, I was looking at birds.
And then the second question that sort of relates is from Joshua Stevenson. He says, what do you do for a living and how were you able to take off to do this?
So I was a postdoctoral fellow at Harvard, and I was studying neuroplasticity. So I guess you could say I was a neurogeneticist or a molecular geneticist. And while I didn't make a lot of money doing that, so both Sonia and I live relatively, I should say, way below our means. And so I was able to sock away some money.
Hence the tent.
Hence the tent, right? And hence the nice clothes. So I was able to put away some money, and I've done okay with some investments, and I feel like I've kind of got my future lined up. So I said I could take a year off and not work. And I've told people point blank, I think that this year it's going to cost between $15,000 and $20,000, and that's for absolutely everything: the bike, all my capital expenses, all my lodging, all my food. So that's what it's going to cost me. And I was just really smart with my money, at least I think I was, for a while, to be able to save up to do this.
I think probably one of the follow-up questions, even though it's not anything that's here, people want to know is why you left. Why did you leave your career and why you're doing this?
I love academic science. I kind of had visioned myself as being a tenured professor at one of these fancy schmancy institutions, but at the end of the day, I looked at the amount of work that needed to go into obtaining one of these tenure track positions, the amount of time one would have spent requesting funding, the headaches associated with that requesting of funding, and I just decided it wasn't worth it. I really miss academic science, but moving forward, I don't want to sit in an office and write grants for the rest of my life, and I don't want to spend 8 years as a postdoc. I kind of want to get my life on track sooner than that and not be in a holding pattern waiting for some big result that may or may not ever come. So I miss it a lot, but I didn't want to gamble with my time any longer.
All right, and sort of another follow-up question from Karen Peterson. She did read that you quit your job, your position in research, to do Biking for Birds. And she wants to know sort of some of the logistics. Your health insurance, how do you do your health insurance? What do you do if you have a bad spill on the bike, torn muscles, broken legs? What, in the case of a massive emergency, which we pray does not happen, what is your plan?
I don't have health insurance. I'm invincible.
Lies.
I'm indestructible.
Lies.
No, that is in fact a lie. I would not do this if I did not have good health insurance. My health insurance comes through Queen Sonia. Even though we're not married, her company has partner health insurance, so I am taken care of on that front. So Sonia is helping me and absorbing this for me. In the event of something catastrophic, I'm hoping that my health insurance takes care of it.
We also do have Aetna, not Aetna, we have Aflac. I took out another
we have
a
supplementary insurance policy as well.
So if anything were to happen over what our health insurance would pay, it would cover for him.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at our food, which is cooking on the stove down here. And what was the other part of the question? The logistics?
Health insurance.
Oh, yeah, the health stuff. I haven't had any. And somebody else actually asked, what is one of the more surprising aspects of the trip? And I've complained about being beat up a lot, but I'm surprised I have not missed, knock on wood, a single day to injury or a single day to sickness yet this year. So I haven't needed to see a doctor. I don't take any prescription medications. I don't wear glasses. I'm in really, really good health to start with. So I haven't gone to see a doctor this year, and I hit by car in Florida, but because I'm invincible, I bounced right up. So hopefully nothing bad will happen. Nothing bad has happened up until this stage, but knock on wood, it will continue. So.
Cool. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to break these down into multiple sessions. So we'll go through all your questions at some point. But for now, that kind of covers the basics of how this all started and some of the logistics. Thank you again for sending in your questions, and we'll be back probably the next day with some more.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Cheers. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.